Welcome back to the vendor table.
Hoorah.
Hoorah. I love your shirt.
Thank you.
If you're not watching this, it says "Don't fucking touch me." It's a very. You should wear that to weddings.
It's very me.
It's very you. You should make a lot like that. That's great. They should make a shirt for wedding vendors. Female wedding vendors.
I actually do really love their clothes. I think they're called Rebel Soul Collective. Yeah.
It's great.
They make a lot of stuff like this with the word "fuck" in it.
I love that.
Naturally, I love it.
Love that. Love that. Someone wrote us a review on Apple and said we curse too much.
Okay, I want to address this. Stop. There's
a E rating on the episodes.
It has. We're rated E for a reason. It's because we pour out expletives. What the episodes are. We are letting you know in advance
that we curse.
That we curse a lot.
So please don't write us a negative review because we curse.
What's the analogy that you gave me?
We gave a lot of good advice, but we curse too much was the review. That sucked. I'm sorry. Well, that's like going to see a what I say?
John Wick.
That's like going to see a John Wick movie and saying it was too violent.
Like, come on.
Come on, bro.
So you disregarded all of our good advice, which you said in your review that,
yeah, we
give good advice, but you just couldn't get past the word fuck.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry.
Come on, man. Not cool.
How dare we?
That's all right. Whatever. We got a lot of good reviews, so that's fine. That's fine. All right. So today, this is a fun one.
I don't know if it's fun.
I think
it's kind of sad.
It's sad, but it's fun for us.
It's fun for us to go through, and also it benefits any bride or groom or brides and grooms who are following us.
Yeah.
Who are planning their weddings.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is stuff, a bunch of people wish they did differently.
Yep. This is all about wedding day regrets. And man, we got so many of these.
There were so many submissions that it was sad. It was sad for me.
It was really sad. Lauren compiles all of them. So we went through them, and I think we had probably 300 submissions or something like that. It was so crazy. But wedding day regrets, we got so many that we're actually going to split this into a two-parter.
This is going to be a two-part episode. We even had to condense a little bit because it was just overwhelming that, so many people had so many regrets. I feel for you, and we're going to talk about all the things that you can do to make sure you don't have any wedding day regrets.
Yeah, let's get into it then. All right, so I'll read the first one.
This is the number one, and we're not saying this just because we are photographers. This is the number one regret that we got.
Number one regret. Not hiring a more professional photographer. We had 8 people send this in.
8 people said this.
So, as we are professional photographers, we feel for you.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them were like, I hired a friend that I trusted. They were a little too relaxed. I hired somebody that was a little cheaper. I hired somebody that wasn't really my style.
I hired a studio who I didn't connect or didn't even know who my photographer was going to be.
There were a lot of them, and they all kind of compiled into that, like, not hiring a more professional photographer. I've said this before, and it holds true, but the one vendor that you need to have a connection with, couples, I'm saying this, the one vendor that you need to have a connection with is your wedding photographer. It's the only vendor that you're going to work with before your day, during your day, for the entire day, and then after your wedding day. Mm-hmm. It's the only vendor. They pour their heart and soul into your day. So if you are hiring a photographer, you need to take that into account because it is literally the most important vendor you're hiring. Also for the fact that, that's the person that's going to give you those memories to cherish forever.
It's going to be the only tangible thing that you take away from your wedding to remember it by.
Exactly. Flowers die. Planners, they move on. Hair and makeup, they say goodbye after the morning. But
your photos live forever.
Your photos do live forever.
So you really need to form a connection with your photographer in advance. Meet with as many as possible.
Yep. I say that on meetings with clients that like I'm meeting for the first time. If I'm the first photographer you're meeting with, meet with others.
Yeah.
You want to have a connection with them. You want to make sure like, hey, I'm the right photographer for you.
Don't settle for somebody with, and I've seen this before too. It's like you'll spend $12,000 on a wedding dress, but you want to cut corners on your photographer or your videographer or something like that. It's just not the spot to cut corners.
Yeah. Who do you think is going to take the photos of that $12,000 wedding dress to make it look good?
You know, it's one of the most important things you're going to spend your money on the day of. So you have to make sure that you have a good connection with your photographer. And if you have even an inkling that this might not be the right person for you, move on.
Yep.
And keep looking.
Yep. Keep looking. Form a connection with your photographer. It is very important to do that and get to know them. And I always tell my couples, you know, listen, you hired me, you hired my business, but you're really hiring me as a person. You're going to get to know me. We're going to get to know each other. Like, I'm going to follow you on Instagram. I'm going to message you, and like, we're going to chat. Like, we're going to get to know each other. You're going to, by the end of it, you're going to like, by the end of your wedding, you're going to turn to me and be like, I can't believe this is over. Like, I'm going to miss seeing you. Mm-hmm. And that's that's the thing that as a photographer I walk away from, and I'm like, you know, you really make an impact in these people's lives, and you're giving them those memories that they're going to cherish forever.
Yeah. And then like, I mean, I don't know if I think you do, like with your previous wedding couples, like if they come to you for a lifestyle session, maybe they're having a baby or something like that, you build bonds with them for years afterwards too.
1,000%.
You know, some photographers are strictly wedding, that's it. But, you know, me and Mike in certain areas, I mean, I do maternity
too.
Families,
family, all that stuff.
You know, we do all of that stuff, and they come back because they love us.
I've been in the game over 10 years, and I have some couples that are 10 plus years, and I photographed their families that now they have 8 and 9 year olds and stuff like that. It's crazy, but you know, it's a big honor to be able to do that. So hiring a more professional photographer, like, and you know, I think that's the one vendor that you really should put a lot of thought and effort into, and don't cut corners.
Yeah, and that brings us to our second most regretted thing is not hiring a videographer.
Wow.
8 people also said this.
Wow. That's you know, it's crazy to me. Like, not to say like because a lot of people tell me, you know, I never watched my wedding video. Right? And like, I'm here to tell you, like, I probably watched my 35-minute wedding video one time, but I've watched a trailer a bunch, and it's nice to have those memories to look back on and see it in motion and see like my grandma who passed away in that, and seeing the people talk and give speeches that maybe aren't here anymore and stuff like that. So I do think, you know, a videographer, hiring a videographer for your wedding day is important. I think the people that don't hire a videographer, or if they're on the fence, it's really the people that are on the fence that are like, you know, oh man, like, I don't know if I'm going to hire a videographer, and ultimately they don't. They're the ones who regret it.
I think if you know in your head that you don't want to hire a videographer and it's solid, maybe you're more of a picture oriented person, then that's, you know, you probably don't have any regrets. But if you were on the fence about maybe hiring a videographer and, you know, budget was the restriction, you're gonna regret it. You know, like this one person said, I wish I had less people so I could have afforded a videographer.
You know, that's something that you got to think about. You know,
this is your day ultimately, and we're gonna get into it a little bit later, but sometimes your family insists on inviting guests that you haven't seen in 10 fucking years, and that's the reason you can't afford a videographer or a vendor of your choice. And that's really shitty.
That is really shitty. If it comes down to inviting mom's friends from work versus hiring a videographer, tell mom, sorry, mom,
I'll really want to go to bat for that, and I will die on that hill. Yeah,
I'm going to say, sorry, mom. You know, like, listen, I want to have those memories preserved, and as much as I appreciate your friends coming, I'd rather have memories with grandma preserved over having your friends there. So, you know, I do think like these are 2 big regrets that people have, is, you know, like, and us being photographers and video being working so closely with us, you know, I think we had to talk about those first. But there were so many regrets in here to go through. Yeah. Is it my turn for the next one?
It is your turn, and
Which
that one.
Okay. So I didn't have a first look. People regret it, not having that first look. We did a whole episode on first looks.
A whole episode on this, you guys, and some of you wanted to say that we were wrong.
I don't think too many people said we were wrong.
Not so many people did, but the people that are, willing to die on that hill, good for you, I guess.
Cool, great, awesome. That's awesome.
Good for you. Everything went the way you wanted it to, and fantastic for you.
Yep.
But the people that were convinced not to, or maybe had like an idea in their head.
Well, like I said it, and we clipped it. And like I've never had a couple say they regretted doing a first look ever, right? But I have had couples say they regretted not doing a first look. Mm-hmm. So that's a big thing. Like, and someone wrote in, didn't have a first look because my mom wanted him to see me for the first time walking down the aisle. We had a later ceremony, so all our photos together were in the dark. Well, there it is.
Again, there's a parent that's like interjecting into your day, and our parents are important to us. We get it, but like, this is your day.
Remember that, guys. And I know if mom or dad are paying for the wedding, okay, you want to appease them, okay? But ultimately, mom and dad should be making you happy, all right? And if they're being generous by giving you, money towards your wedding day or paying for a vendor or something like that, that you feel like they have an ultimate say, at the end of the day, it's your day.
Do whatever the fuck you want.
Do whatever you want. And also, you want an out? Blame the photographer.
Yeah.
I'll take the arrow for you.
I'll take that hit.
I'll absolutely take that hit for you.
Just say no. The photographer said no, I'm sorry.
That's it. That's all you got to do.
I'll deal with it.
Literally take those arrows for you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I got you. Call me. Call me, people. Oh, man. Yep. So, first looks.
First looks, man.
Oh, man. All right, you got the next one, girly.
Just going to go straight down the line, I think. Our DJ was the reason we started our wedding and coordination business. He said that their DJ was bad.
Well, music is, out of the two things that people remember the most, guests remember the most on a wedding day, the two things that guests remember most on a wedding day are music and food, right? You got shitty music, you got a shitty night.
Shitty music, or maybe the DJ or MC is not like listening to your requests or adhering to your particular music requests, or they're just being a general douchebag.
Yeah, we had the episode.
That'll do it.
We had the episode with John. Like, he was talking all about it. Like, play familiar music. Like, listen to the couple, play what the couple wants, things like that. Like, as a DJ, it's your job to keep the party going. As an MC, it's your job to keep the party going, keeping it like, enjoyable and stuff like that. And if, if you suck, you could really affect the whole night. Mm-hmm. Now, couples, I know it's hard to vet a DJ like it is a photographer. Like, where
it's difficult.
It's very difficult. Like, I mean, like, if you're a guest at a wedding and stuff like that, sometimes that's the best thing to do is, like, if you had a good time at a wedding and that DJ was great, like, that's probably the best way to hire somebody. Or if you have a lot of friends that use a familiar DJ or something like that, like, that's a great way to hire. Or you go off of like reviews, things along those lines. But a lot of DJs are studios. Like, they like, at least around here in this area, like they're multiple DJs. They're like John is Cohen or Absolute, and like they have multiple DJs, and sometimes I think like they book out like a year in advance who's going to work where and everything like that. So maybe you get to know that DJ. I don't know how it works, but you really got to vet your DJs. You got to vet your MCs.
Sure.
You got to know, hey, is your MC a talker, where he's talking the whole, like, he's gonna like always be on the microphone, or is he like a little bit more reserved? Do you like either or? Do you want that guy that's gonna be loud on the mic all the time to try to get the party going, or do you want the MC to be off the mic? So that's all preference and everything like that. Mm-hmm. Personally, I think MCs should stay off the mic as much as possible. Sorry, hot take.
Yeah, we don't need to hear the MCs singing along with the music.
Like, you're not Funkmaster
That
Flex.
can stop.
Sorry, like, just stop. Let's do a little ad read real quick for our ambassador sponsors, because we appreciate you guys. Okay. All right, HomeStudioList. HomeStudioList is a great place to rent a home, apartment, or loft for a photo shoot or video production. We just did one, and they came out great. We rented this beautiful place in Brooklyn. It was amazing. We did our branding photos of the two of us. We had our friends come out and take photos of the two of us, and it was just an awesome time. We updated our websites with our images and everything like that. So we used that location. We found it on their website. It was super easy to browse and find. They have locations all across the U.S. and Canada. And we booked that beautiful Brooklyn loft in minutes, which is really, really cool. Check them out at HomeStudioList.com. Use code TheVendorTable20 for $20 off your first booking.
And now we're going to talk about SailAway Coffee, who is the official wedding day fuel of the vendor table, because we're running on E almost every single day in peak season. So their nitro cold brew is delicious and gets us through those long 10-hour days and late nights editing. So we're going to need that. We're going to need more of that.
Oh, God, yeah.
Available in 4 flavors, including classic black, sea salt, caramel, horchata, and touch of sweet. They are all amazing. Check them out at SailAwayCoffee.com and use code TheVendorTable10 for 10% off your order.
And lastly, we have Imagen. Want to know the biggest game changer I made in 2023? It was adding Imagen to my workflow. That was the biggest and best decision I could ever made. Imagen is an AI editor that edits the way you do. It has sped up my workflow by 300%. No joke, it has. And it's given me back so much time that I used to lose to editing. So they have a 30% discount going on right now. If you sign up as a new subscriber, check out the link in our Spotify show notes as well as Apple. And you can check it out also on our Instagram. Check out Imagen. They are incredible, and they will be a game changer for you. All right. So next one. Having my mother-in-law and sister-in-law with us getting ready made me act like a host instead of relaxing.
This is so fucking rude.
Really?
This is so rude. On your wedding day, you should not be acting like a host.
No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yo, what is up with families, though? Like, seriously.
Families are the one...
Chill out.
I know. Families are the one thing that could really fuck up a wedding day. I mean, there are so many factors that could fuck up a wedding day, but family's dynamic could really fuck up a wedding day.
This is like a real head shaker for me. Like, I've seen like days come so close to being ruined because a family member just couldn't fucking act right.
I know. They make it about them.
It is not about you.
It's not. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're mom, sister,
just be supportive of the person getting married. I don't understand what the fucking deal is. This is not a second wedding for you. This is not your party. It is 2 people coming together and getting married. Act right or get the fuck out.
Damn right. Act right or get the fuck out.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
That's cool. Let's keep reading these. These are great. Go ahead.
It's the sweatshirt, I think.
Yeah.
It's bringing out the animosity.
All right. You got next one.
This is one I see a lot, actually. More towards the end of the night, I think, is getting stuck at the photo booth and not fully enjoying my reception. I think...
I don't see that much.
I don't see it very often, but I have seen it happen a few times where they get sucked into this whirlwind of like drunken photo booth action.
Okay.
And then they don't even realize how much time has gone by and they've missed like 15 minutes of their reception or their party.
Yeah.
15 minutes is actually quite a bit. It
is. I see it a lot more. I don't see a lot with the photo booth, but I see a lot with like when the couple goes around to thank the tables and stuff. They do get stuck a little bit.
Or let's say this happens. This can be lumped in there, is like if you see a big group on the dance floor and you start taking a photo of them or whatever, and then they're like, oh, and then they start pulling people in.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it turns into this group of people wants a photo, and then they get stuck in this endless cycle of gigantic photo group peoples.
Vortex of photo booth chaos.
Ugh. It's exhausting.
It is exhausting. I could see that happening, and probably the best way to do it is just to say like, I'm done. Like, see ya. I'm going on the dance floor.
Don't be afraid of hurting feelings.
Yeah, no, you got like honestly, brides, grooms, just fucking tell people, no, it's your day.
It's
They're not going to care.
These
They're not gonna
photos
care.
aren't for them either.
Yeah.
They're for you. So at the end of the day, like, do you really want this photo? Or like, are you
Yeah.
just getting sucked in because you want to make people happy? The only person you should be worried about making happy is you. So bail if
Yep.
you want to. Just bail. They'll
Yep.
understand. They'll be like, oh, there she goes again.
Oh, man. All right, next one. Oh, man.
Oh.
Biggest wedding day regret was the entire wedding day. I wish we would have just eloped somewhere dreamy. You know,
I'm so sad about that.
that is sad. That is sad to hear. It is that you didn't have a good time on your day and you just should have eloped somewhere.
I'm going to say it. If there is a part of you and your fiance who don't feel like a big wedding is right for you, just listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Just go in that direction. Don't worry about upsetting anyone. You don't have to listen to people pulling you in one direction. You can do whatever you want to do. It's your wedding.
Yep.
You can go elope somewhere and come back and have a barbecue if you want.
Yep.
Let it be your thing. Let it be your day the way that you want it to be, and don't put any pressure on yourself.
I'm not even going to add to that. That was so spot on.
Thank you. It's what I did.
Yeah, you did elope.
I have experience.
Mm-hmm.
Even when, we went to town hall and got married because I was surprised. I got pregnant and I couldn't do what my original plan was. We were going to go elope in Hawaii, just the two of us. My doctor told me I couldn't fly, so we said fuck it, and we just went to town hall and got married. It was stress-free. It was exactly what we wanted it to be. We went home, slow danced in our kitchen, and I took a nap.
Sounds like a lovely night.
It was really great.
That was your anniversary recently, right?
It was.
Happy anniversary.
It was on the 18th.
Like what? How many years?
5.
Ooh, 5 years. That's a milestone.
5 years married.
Love that.
And we wouldn't have done it any other way, aside from like going to Hawaii and doing that, which we still have a credit.
There you go.
We can do it at any point, but do we regret doing it the way that we did? Absolutely not.
I'll fly out. I'll take your photos, your anniversary photos. Love that for us. Yeah, Lauren hit on all the points. I don't feel like I have to add to that, but do what you want to do. 100% do what you want to do. Like if you feel like you don't want to have a big wedding and it's saying it keeps coming up in your head, like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Then don't do it. That's
You don't
it.
have to.
You don't have to. Elope. It's not going to piss anyone off. And if it does,
Fuck 'em.
Fuck them. Exactly. 100%.
Who cares?
Like, do you. You do you, boo.
What's it going to piss it? Why would anybody be pissed off? Because they couldn't have a party? Get over it.
Get over it. Like you said, barbecue in the backyard. It's great. Awesome time.
Have fun.
All right. Did I read that one?
Yes.
I did, right?
Couldn't go to our cocktail hour because of timeline logistics.
Ooh.
Oh, did we just talk about this?
I feel like didn't we just talk about it? I think we did. Guys, this is why you hire a good photographer who knows timelines or a really good coordinator / planner that will help you with your timeline. This is our job, is to help you so you don't have that issue. Or if you do have that issue, we will work our best to make sure you get there to enjoy that cocktail hour. Because yes, here in the Northeast, cocktail hours are bangers. People enjoy their fucking food.
We're going to beat this dead horse.
Okay, we're going to keep saying it. Okay? We're not bringing up Florida, but guess what? Okay, cocktail hour here is good. Couples want to go to it. Couples want to meet their guests, or they want to sit in the room and relax and eat the fucking good food, because it's good food here. Sorry. Okay, so as our jobs as photographers,
Mike's getting winded.
oh god, I get so fucking. We've beat this horse so many fucking times, but I'm gonna say it again. Okay, hire a good photographer or hire a good coordinator that will help you plan that day. Add buffer times to your schedule. Make sure you're like on time with things, okay? Make sure your photographer knows how long it's going to take to get, certain areas, and like they know how long it's going to take to do certain photos and things like that. It's going to help you have a smooth day so that you could go in and enjoy your cocktail hour.
Yeah.
That's
we all want to eat.
Tell you. All right. Is it mine?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This was the third.
The third most.
Third most.
Third most. Not hiring a coordinator. We just talked about it. Not hiring a coordinator. I do think so. If you're having a big wedding, or you're having a DIY wedding, okay, or you have a lot of details that you want, things like that, hiring a good coordinator, or like I'm not saying even a full service planner, but I'm saying a coordinator, a day coordinator is probably one of the most useful vendors you could hire on a wedding day. Mm-hmm. They're just there to make sure your day goes smooth. They take care of all those little details so you don't have to think about it. They're amazing at what they do.
They're so great.
They're so great. I love having DOCs.
I love a coordinator.
I love having DOCs on a wedding day. They are amazing. I've become friends with so many of them. And it's literally, they're your right-hand person on the day. As a couple, as a vendor even, they're your right-hand person. You could always look to them for anything. Mm-hmm. And they run the show, and they are amazing at what they do. And do I think you should hire one? 100%.
You won't regret having one.
You will never regret having a DOC on your day, ever. They are amazing. Hire one. They will make your day go smooth, especially if you have a lot of little details. You have like a lot of little things that you want to make sure are set up the right way, or, you know, you have this vision and things like that. And you're not going to worry about that on your wedding day. You're not going to want to think about that on your wedding day. Oh, like my sweetheart table is not set up the way I want. Mm-hmm. You could work with your day of coordinator to help set that up, and she'll know what it's going to look like, and she'll set that up with the venue. And that's what's really great. I mean, day of coordinator. We'll have a day of coordinator on the show. We had Jen be on as a planner. We're going to have a day of coordinator on, and we're going to have a whole day of coordination episode because they are, without a doubt, I think one of the most useful. Like they are really, without a doubt, one of the most useful vendors you're going to hire on a wedding day.
Yeah, they take your arrows.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
You know how we're taking arrows for our clients? They take ours.
Yeah, 100%. All right, next one. Go ahead.
Okay. Not having a second shooter. I don't have any photos of my husband when I walk down the aisle to him. So, I almost always recommend having a second shooter.
I only have second shooters. I all my collections have second shooters. I don't really have a collection without a second shooter unless it's a small elopement.
I do.
I know you do. I don't. You know why I like having a second shooter is just the fact that, like, if something ever happened to me, I know somebody's there to capture the day, which is great. So I think having a second shooter is so necessary. Vendor perspective, if you're a photographer, I do think you should have one, especially if your collection or package is 8 to 10 hours long. I do think you should have one in there. That's just my personal opinion here. They do ensure you backup. They ensure you multiple angles. They ensure like groom prep's covered, all that stuff. And I think it's a nice added value.
Yes.
To your collection as well. So having a second shooter, I think, is an essential item that any photographer should add. Now, if you're a couple and like a photographer has that as an add-on, and like that's something like we were talking about, like these are all regrets, right? Like maybe you wanted that, like those photos of your husband getting ready, or you wanted that like moment of walking down the aisle, that reverse shot or something like that. Like that's where a second shooter is going to give you that. So
they're going to give you alternate angles of everything that the lead shooter is taking, different perspectives, different shooting styles, like all kinds of variety, and it's very valuable. It's
super valuable. I
can count on my fingers how many people have booked just me versus my second shooter package. Like everyone always books the larger package because it makes more sense.
Yep. The only ones I don't book that don't have a second shooter are elopements. That's it.
Yeah.
So super necessary, amazing, and should have it. Did you read that one? I can't remember if I read that one.
I read that one.
Okay. Like I didn't even have breakfast today. So all right. Cutting corners everywhere financially instead of just cutting my guest list. I feel like I feel like we touched on this a little bit here and there with shrinking the guest list to add a vendor or something like that. I just think like if you're looking to save money, cut your guest list.
Yeah.
Before anything else, cut your guest list.
There's going to be, unless you're inviting 200 of your absolutely closest friends and family, people can go.
Yeah. You don't need.
You can tell people they can't bring a plus one.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of things that you can do to cut that down.
The way I see it is, if you haven't talked to somebody in 5 years, Why are they coming to your wedding?
Goodbye.
Why are you having them come to your wedding? Like, that they're irrelevant. Sorry.
Start doing that. When you're creating your guest list, ask yourself, has this person made an effort to talk to me in the last 5 to 10 years? That list will go down real quick.
Yeah. Matt's saying 2 years.
2 years. I'm okay with that too.
I am. If they haven't made an effort or you guys haven't connected in...
If you forgot that person existed and Aunt Muriel is like, well, you have to invite her. Like, why do you have to invite Steven to your wedding?
Seriously.
When he hasn't spoken a damn word to you in 7 years. I don't think so.
I don't know. Not it. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit.
Fuck you, Steven.
Fuck you, Steve. All right. Okay. Next. We have time for maybe 1 or 2 more.
Oh, okay. I feel like this is probably something that happens quite often. Revolving everything around making sure everyone else was taken care of and entertained. People pleasing.
Yeah, on a wedding day, it's hard. I'm a people pleaser. I am. I did it on my wedding. I wanted to make sure everyone having a good time and all that stuff. And I'm like, oh, you having a great time? Like, yeah. Just on your wedding day, honestly, be the most selfish fucking person in the world. It's the one day you can be. Like, it's your day, people. Fucking enjoy it. Don't worry about anyone else. I don't give a shit if this person's not having a good time. I don't care. Okay? Care about yourself.
Be selfish.
Care about yourself and your spouse. 2 most important people on the day are the bride and groom. Be selfish. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy each other. Don't care if you hurt anyone's feelings. Don't care if you want to do something and you think, oh, like they don't want to do that kind of thing. Do what you want to do. It's the one day you can do that.
Yeah. You get everything you want that day.
Fuck yeah.
Take advantage of it.
Yep, that's right. That's right. I love this. All right. Yep, let's do one more. Oh, okay. Well, we talk a lot about trends here. So, got way too caught up in trends and not sticking to what we liked individually.
Yeah.
Trends, man. We have so many episodes about trends. I see this. I see it all the time. People are like, why'd I fucking do that? Why'd I do this? Why'd I get that? Oh, why? Like, it's just, you get caught up in the trends. You see what's cool on TikTok. You see what's cool on Reels. And you're like, oh, shit, that looks so cool. I want to do that, too. How does it going to affect your wedding day?
Trends are also one of those things where you look back on a wedding, like wedding photos that were shot 10 years ago, and you can tell it was shot 10 years ago.
Yep.
So in 10 more years, you might look back at your wedding photos and be like, oh, that stupid trend that I did.
Or that thing I bought for, because, oh, it was in. I do think, certain things that are now, popular, they won't be popular in 10 years, So I look back, my wedding didn't have any trends. I really didn't. It really was, I want to say, a cookie cutter wedding.
You?
Vanilla oatmeal Mike.
Vanilla as fuck.
Yeah. But you know what? I look back.
Timeless.
Thank you. Oatmeal. Just a big fucking bowl of oatmeal. Big timeless bowl of oatmeal. Listen, yeah, but it's the truth though. I don't think you gotta really do so much all the time. And I love the champagne tower trend. I think it's awesome.
Champagne trout.
Did I say trout? No, I didn't.
You did.
Champagne tower trend. I didn't say trout.
You did.
Okay, whatever. We're moving forward. Okay. The champagne tower trend is cool, but
I'm sorry.
I didn't say trout.
You did.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I can't wait for you to hear it.
I hate you so much.
Oh my God.
Well, I do think the champagne tower trend.
It's okay. I called it a confuter last session.
You did call it a computer. We're just losing our minds. I'm going to say it one more time. The champagne tower trend is cool. It looks cool. It's really cool. Will it look timeless in 10 years? I don't fucking know.
I think so because it's one of those The pictures that I'm seeing of it kind of look like they like vintagey almost.
It does look cool.
So I feel like that's a trend that might travel well through the decades.
Yeah, or people will be like, why do they fucking do that?
I don't know.
So someone did like an espresso martini tower.
Oh, delish.
Yeah, delish.
But also so dark.
So, also, you pour an espresso white dress,
That's what I'm
brown
saying.
liquid.
It's very dark.
Probably delicious.
Also, don't sip the top without using your hands. Please.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It just, yeah.
Disaster.
Oh, it's a God. Okay, we could probably, yeah, we're gonna end it here because we have more. We have so many more. So many more. Well, guys, it's been fun. This has been a great episode. We're gonna continue with part 2. Lauren, where can they find you?
You can find me at LaurenO'BrienPhoto.com and Lauren O'Brien Photo on Instagram and TikTok, along with my personal account, The Feral Photog. And Michael, where can they find you?
At Michael Casaro Photo on Instagram, TikTok, as well as my website. And you could find us at the Vendor Table Pod on Instagram, TikTok, as well as YouTube and our Facebook group, which is growing every day, which is really cool. A lot of good combos in there. So, guys, it's been fun. We'll catch you next time.
Goodbye.